General considerations of hormones. The hormones act as bodily catalyzes resembling enzymes in certain aspects and are not used during their catalytic actions. The hormones differ from enzymes in the following ways. They are not always protein in structure. The known hormones include protein, which with molecular weight of 30,000 or less. The hormones are secreted into the bloodstream prior to use because circulating levels can indicate the activity of endocrine gland and the exposure of target organs. The hormones are produced in an organ other than that in which they finally affect the action. Actions in low concentration. Hormones act in very low concentrations like the vitamins. Frequently intravenous injections of a hormones in microorgans while it is produce an appropriate measurable change in the variable controlled by the hormone. Storage, destruction and excretions. Hormones are now ordinarily stored except in the gland of origin. They do not have any cumulative action because they are destroyed and excreted as soon as their functions are over. Some hormones work quickly and are destroyed quickly. Example, epinephrine, adrenaline. Others perform their work slowly and are also disposed of slowly. Example, thyroxine. Mode of action. The hormones influence the activity or extent of certain processes in the body but do not appear to initiate such processes. In many instances, the quantitative changes affected by a hormone cover so wide a range, raising the level of activity of a process from almost 0 to plus 4. That what actually is a quantitative change appears to be qualitative at first sight. It is believed that by some that the action of hormones is macrophagic. As soon as a hormone reaches its target cell, it can affect the intracellular metabolism to modify the cell function. Peptide and protein hormones, somewhat being large molecules, will not enter cells readily unless specialized transparent transport system is present. For example, insulin may affect cell metabolism by binding to receptors on the surface rather than by entering the cell itself. When the hormone is restricted to surface binding, there are two mechanisms of active a hormonally induced change in membrane permeability for ions or substances and production of a second messenger within the cell that will transmit the signal of the hormones. Ions, glucose and amino acids are commonly used. The hormonal control of permeability. Increased entry of glucose into cells through a Special transport system is the major path when insulin controls glucose utilization by muscle. Growth hormones, glucagon, glucosteroid, testosterone, estrogen, and vasopressin can change membrane permeability. Whether changes in the membrane permeability are primary or secondary effects of these hormones are debatable. A number of hormones can regulate intracellular metabolism via a second messenger cyclic AMP. Cycle AMP and hormones action. Cyclic AMP adenosine C5 microphase is a nucleotide. Robinson brothers said and Sutherland 1975 have described cyclic AMP as a director of foreign affairs in this system. The hormones can bind to a receptor on the cell surface that is a part and parcel of adenyl cyclase involved in the formation of cyclic AMP. As a substrate, ATP is used by adenyl cyclane, which produce cyclic AMP and inorganic pyrophosphate. Changes in the activity of adenyl cyclase commonly control the intracellular level of cyclic AMP, but cyclic levels are affected with the destruction of messengers by phosphodiesterase, which is inhibited by methyl xanthosase. For example, caffeine results in much higher cyclic levels in response of activation of adenyl cyclase. Effects of the second messenger are there are changes in membrane permeability and is amino acid, water and ions. The rate of enzymatic reactions can be modified.